Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interactions. We have the 2020 feature, Sports with Brian Camp, and Entertainment News with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Ring-a-ding-ding. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, TGIF, and here we are once again coming to you live from New York City, as we always do, because that's where we originate. My name is Frank Allan, and the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and this is a show that we get together each week, and of course, we have a little fun, a little entertainment, a little news, and the whole 9 yards. We get you involved in everything. So if you're here for the very first time, just want to enlighten you on a couple of things. First of all, I don't dress like this every week, right? This is just an occasion. But we do come to you live each week, and we get you involved in the show, because what I do is that when I start the show, of course, I get it started as the host and start off with a subject or so. And you can join in on the conversation. All you have to do is just use your keyboard, type, and I'll see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain your thoughts. I will say hi to you, and I hope that you do come in and say hi and happy holiday, the whole 9 yards. And we get you involved in the show. And if there's anything in particular you'd like to talk about as we go along, we'd be glad to do it for you. Of course, we'll talk about it. We'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas and do it right there. And for those of you who just want to chime in and not participate in conversation, that's okay too, just as long as you're there. That's all we ask. And whatever time you can spend with us, which we hope is the whole full hour, we really would appreciate it. Now, we come to you from 3 different places right now. We're live on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and live on Instagram as well. And for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, I advise you right now to tag all of your friends. Tag this show to your friends. You could do that. You could tag this show to your friends. They'll see it. They'll come in. Excuse me. They will come in and, of course, celebrate along with us. You know, that's what we want you to do. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, we advise you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do that, because when you do that, that gives you the opportunity to know whenever we come on live, or if we just as much as post a video or a photo and you're online and you see that notification, which you will get, and all you have to do is just click on that notification button and you're right there. So please do subscribe to us. We really appreciate that. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, all you have to do is just continue to follow us. So, and those of you who are watching, and some of you may be at work. A lot of people didn't go to work and took an early powder from the job and went off traveling somewhere, which is something that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But for those of you who are at work, you know, stick with us. You know, if you're into that 15-minute coffee break right now, you want to take that coffee break, stay at your desk, enjoy your coffee, and watch the show at the same time. And when the 15 minutes is up, you'll still be at your desk, and you can do what they call multitasking, watch the show and work at the same time, chew gum and walk at the same time, right? So that's what we have for you. And so therefore, along with the show, by the way, we're going to still do our regular thing as we always do. We have the 2020 feature coming up, 20 after the hour. Brian Camp will be along live. You'll get a chance to meet him. We're going to link up with him from Charlotte, North Carolina, from New York to Charlotte, North Carolina. And then 20 to the hour, we're going to link up with DJ Pete out in Portland, Maine. We're going to find out what his weather is like out there. And he has what we call news, entertainment news, and he'll be reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety who are having birthdays in the surrounding week of this week. So we have all of that coming along too. And later on in the program too, I have some movies, direct from Turner Classic Movies, that I think you're going to like. I want to add that to your bucket list of things to watch, just in case you want to catch up on some movies. I have all of that for you. And we're going to give you all of that. That's coming up pretty soon. And we're celebrating. So what I want to do at this particular time is say happy Kwanzaa, not just yet. First of all, before that, I just want to say happy Hanukkah because that's where we are. We're in the midst of Hanukkah right now. So I just want to say happy Hanukkah to each and every one of you. And we are 2 days, 2 big days away from that big day, that glorious day, that marvelous day, that Christmas day, which this year falls on Sunday. So be ready for that. You only have, shopping day today, tomorrow. If you didn't finish it off, you have those 2 days left when you can do that. And of course, those of you who are vacationing right now, and wherever you are, you don't have to, for the most part, a lot of people don't have to work on Monday, because what they're doing is that even though that Christmas is falling on a Sunday, they're going to take that day off. It's going to be observed on that Monday too. So a lot of people will be taking off on Monday. And so you don't have to worry about that. But those of you who are working on Monday, just think in terms that it's a job that someone else would like to have. Okay. And so with all of that in mind, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while not coffee today, it's eggnog. Ooh, wow. What a kick in the tail. Well, that's what we have today, eggnog. So we have all of these things planned for you. I want to say hello to Mary. She's out there watching this morning. Merry Christmas. And to all of you out there, Merry Christmas. I want to cover all the bases because a lot of people do say Merry Christmas still. So I want to cover all the bases. I already said that we wish everybody a happy Hanukkah. And so Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And of course, the day after Christmas, we celebrate 7 days of Kwanzaa. That happens on the 26th. That happens on that Monday, clear through the 1st of January. And so happy Kwanzaa in advance. And I want to say happy holiday, season's greetings, Feliz Navidad. I want to cover all the bases for those of you who celebrate those and all of that. We'll wish you a happy New Year next week. Well, we can say it in advance just in case you're not here. So anyway, Mary, thanks for coming. Haven't seen you in a long time. Warren, there he is. Good morning to you. Happy holiday to you, my friend, my cousin. And to Mary says, okay, start swinging. Okay. We'll start with this. How about that? Oh boy, there's a kick in the tail. Okay, so we're here. And just in case you're just joining us too, it's 7 minutes past the hour right now, coming up to 8 minutes past the hour. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we are into our season. We're into our season show. So this is a holiday show. We could note it as a holiday show. So we're coming up slowly but surely to the brand new year, and I hope everybody gets exactly what they're looking for and what they want. DJ Pete, as I said, will be here. Good morning to DJ Pete and everybody. People just chiming in. It's people I haven't seen in a long time are here. Yeah, G. Mary. I mean, what would my life be without it, right? Anyway, and besides, I don't watch a clock anyway. So we covered all those bases, right? We told you what's going to happen in the show. Let me tell you, a lot of people are going away. A lot of people are going away right now. And I'm hoping that most people have arrived to their destinations already, because, there's a lot of things going on with the weather these days. A lot of you look around, and most of the nation is suffering with a lot of snow. There's snow in Buffalo and Chicago and Portland, Maine, storms coming along. DJ Pete will talk about Portland, Maine when he comes on. We'll see what he has to say about that. But there's a lot of inclement weather going on. Here in New York, not so much snow. We got rain coming along. And those of you who are wherever you are, give us your weather forecast, all right? Wherever you are. I would like to know exactly where you are and how the weather is affecting you at this particular point. I would love to know that. So let's share that together. DJ Pete was the first one to share his weather forecast right now in Portland, Maine. He's got heavy rain showers right now and high temperatures around 50 degrees. Early Saturday temperatures low 18 degrees. That's about the same here. I'm going to give you my weather forecast in a few minutes from New York. Winds out of the east at southeast at 30 miles per hour, humidity 97%. Now, we're not even thinking about the humidity over here where we are. But those of you who are in here, let us know where you give us your weather forecast. I would love to hear from you. I would love to see how it's going for you because the weather does get a little crazy. Now, let me give you my weather forecast. All right. Let me tell you. And those of you who are in the New York area, don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it just yet. I will take care of the weather forecast in New York. So what we have presently, as I see here, we have 48 degrees. Now, you may say, you're not suffering at all. You don't have a problem at all. You've got 48 degrees out there. It's close to 50 degrees. Well, that's true. But I want you to see what's going to happen. And it's going to happen pretty quick. That's why I always tell people, batten down the hatches. I told a lot of people here in New York, don't let this temperature fool you just yet. Let me tell you what we got here. We've got 48 degrees. I said that, right? Okay, here we are. Light rain this morning will give way to windy conditions and some snow showers. Okay, is that good enough for you? Some snow showers for the afternoon. And the morning high will be 49 degrees, which we have one more degree to go. Get there. 49 degrees with temperatures falling, and it's going to fall sharply to 25 degrees, nearly 25 degrees. Winds will be south or west-southwest at 20 miles per hour. Occasionally, gusty winds over 40 miles per hour. All right. So just because it's 49 degrees now, it's going to sharply and quickly go down to 25 degrees. All right. Now, tonight, it gets even worse. All right. Partly cloudy tonight. And this is only New York. Partly cloudy tonight. And we've got windy conditions. We have a low of 11 degrees. Did I stutter? 11 degrees. That's tonight. So if I were you, if you have to go out there, if I were you, I'd dress in layers, right? Winds will be south or winds will be west-southwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust up again to 40 miles per hour. For Saturday, well, it gets a little better. At least the sun will break out. Expect a few afternoon clouds, but mainly sunny. We'll have high around 18 degrees. It's still cold out there. Still cold out there. Winds will be west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, let me give you some advice here. Please, New Yorkers, or anywhere you are where it's going to be frigid, when you go out there, if you have to go out there, do not stick your tongue out and place it on a pole. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, they'll play that on TV, but don't do it. Okay? Okay, and so that's for Saturday. Now, Saturday night will be clear skies, and we'll have a low around 15 degrees. Winds will be west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour once again. Now, for Sunday, we get a lot of sunshine, mainly sunny. We'll have a high around 28 degrees, still cold out there. So keep your tongue in your mouth and don't cry because you'll get frozen tears. And winds will be west-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Sunday night, before the cops come and get me, it'll be clear skies, low 18 degrees once again. So stay warm as much as you can. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And those of you who are not working Monday, you just want to stay in and forget about it. Well, here you go. It's going to be sunny skies along with a few afternoon clouds. And it's going to be high around 31 degrees. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's pretty nice right now. It's 48 degrees right now, but it's going to get bad. Temperatures are going to go down here in New York. And there you go. Now, for those of you, I gave you my problems already. Now, let me hear your problem. What is your weather like? Let me hear your problem. And I'm really interested to know what it is. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I already read DJ Pete's announcement already, his weather forecast. And so that's good. Warren is coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina. So the weather is kind of different over there. It's sunny and cold out there. It's got 28 degrees out there in Greensboro, North Carolina. Where else? Anyone else? Mary, you got anything coming out of Florida that I'd like to know that? Let's see. You got anything? I'm interested in what's happening in Florida. I wouldn't think that it's going to get as crazy as what we have over here. So we already know DJ Pete's weather out there in Portland, Maine. We've got it here in New York. I already told you what's happening here in New York. Greensboro, North Carolina, it's sunny and cold, 28 degrees. So it's bad all around. It's bad all around. So as people come in, I'm going to see, what their weather forecast. It's now 15 minutes past the hour, 15 minutes and a half past the hour right now. And the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be here for the balance of the hour. And we're into our celebration, our holiday celebration. What are you guys going to do for the holiday? Those of you who are going to be traveling, I understand that. But keep in mind, too, that there are a lot of cancellations on flights. There are a lot of cancellations and delays, more cancellations than there are delays, I believe. A lot of cancellations. So I'm hoping that if you were wise when you first heard about this storm that was materializing, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of people have done it, they changed their schedule, their flight plans to, and to an earlier date instead of the original date, which was a good thing. But I hope whatever you do that you get there safe. And I know a lot of people are going to be frustrated because this is the time of the year where things get really crazy. A lot of people are driving. Listen to all of your local people when they tell you if you don't have to drive, don't drive. Now, if the weather is really inclement, which is a lot of places, I've seen it on TV. I mean, I've seen that snow come down. It was so cold. It looked so cold. I started to feel it. But if they tell you not to drive, take their advice. And a lot of people, more people, by the way, are driving to their destinations other than taking a flight, because they want to get there. But if you have to go in an area that that's going to be really inclement, you might not want to try that. All right. But if you can get by certain areas where the weather is not that bad and there's better driving conditions, then I guess you can do that too. There you go. So that's what's happening right now. And Warren says that his temperatures are going down to 11 degrees. Now, our temperature is going down to 11 degrees tonight. You see what I'm saying? That the weather could be at a certain point. We've got 48 degrees here in New York, but it's going to plummet down to 25 degrees that quick. In Warren's case, he's got at present 28 degrees, and it's going to quickly plummet down to 11. You see, so, I don't think this is the weather to fool around with. Okay, I got a little news here. And those of you who are baby boomers like I am would probably remember this guy. You probably would remember. I don't expect, the younger people to remember this. 1950s rock and roller Charlie Gracie. Charlie Gracie, who had a #1 hit, a recording called Butterfly. Remember that? 1956, it was recorded. And then he had another one called Fabulous back in 1957. Anyway, he passed away last Saturday at the age of 86 years old. And I remember Charlie Gracie. I played his records when I used to have the show Music Beat, and I played his records. And Charlie had this whole thing. He had I guess it was an Elvis influence because he sounded like Elvis Presley a little bit, because back in those days, back in the 1950s, Elvis Presley was a big influence on a lot of singers who were coming up. And Charlie Gracie was one of them that sounded just like Elvis. Okay, so we want to send all of our condolences out to Charlie Gracie's family, friends, and fans, and all of the people who we ever work with. Our condolences go out. Also, Sound of Philadelphia producer and writer Tom Bell died at the age of 79. Tom Bell, who was the co-creator of The Sound of Philadelphia alongside Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. And he wrote and produced songs like La 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 means I love you by the Delphonics, and also I'll be around, and Rubber Band Man by the Spinners, and Backstabbers by the OJs, and Bet You by Golly Wow by the Stylistics, and he even produced Elton John's song Mama Can't Buy You Love. And also a co-writer with a good friend of mine who's no longer with us, Linda Creed. And so Tom Bell, all of his family, we want to send our condolences out. He was 79 years old, send our condolences out. He was one of the greatest writers and producers of the decade of the 70s. And so our condolences go out. And I'm pretty sure Linda Creed will be there waiting for Tom at the gates when he arrives. So our condolences go out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the coffee hour. And of course, my name is Frank Allan. I'm so glad to have all of you guys out with us. And a lot of you guys who I haven't seen in a long time come along with us. I'm so glad to have you guys with us. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a little time. And Mary, you haven't seen this guy in a long time. You haven't seen him in a long time. So I'm going to bring him on right now. We're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, and find out what the weather is like over there. Brian Kemp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. First of all, Brian, I already told you heard about my weather, and I like your attire, by the way.
Well, the weather out here
better than me because you have the lights and everything going on there.
Well, true. Good morning to you. As you hear in the background playing the South Soul Orchestra Christmas song.
Okay.
But let me give you my temperature, since everybody's giving the temperature.
Yeah, before you go, Brian, before you go on, while you're playing that music, I want to do a couple of disclaimers. First disclaimer I want to say is that we are not, we don't own the rights to the music that he's playing in the background. We don't own the rights to that.
I don't own the rights, but I've been playing it since I was a kid. No, I don't own the rights.
The other disclaimer I wanted to say is that all of the thoughts and expressions and opinions on this show, The Coffee Hour, do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the view of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. Had to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Here you go.
Happy holidays to all. It is a freezing 28 degrees out here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know it's 28 degrees out in Greensboro, North Carolina, where my cousin is at. It is cold, and it's a twist today for the weather. As we reach noon, the temperatures are going to dip down even lower. We have, out here in North Carolina, we have high gusts of wind. That's going to simmer down to like roughly around 3 or 4 o'clock. But it is cold. But you know, it is what it is. It is wintertime. I mean, what do you expect? It is supposed to be cold. But I'm home. I'm warm. I'm safe. I'm happy. I'm happy because I have a roof over my head, food to eat. Let us not forget the people who's out there who doesn't have a home, who's not as fortunate as we are to have a roof over our heads and food to eat, especially during this here time. And I just wanted to say, everybody who are not in a home, to be safe, and we're praying for you to be well and safe. As for everybody else, happy holidays to you all. Hope all is well. We just in the midst of a cold Christmas, and that's something that we're gonna have to get used to. It doesn't happen too often out here, or really anywhere, but it is cold. And I was watching CNN, and they were switching to reporters all over the nation how cold it is, and blizzards in upstate New York and Buffalo, and cancellations is up to 8,000 flights being canceled nationwide. So we hope that you all get to your destination safely, and you all be well. So let me get to sports. In the NBA, we got 5 Christmas basketball games. The NBA has been so delightful to have us to celebrate this holiday with 5 basketball games. The first game, Philadelphia, is going to be at Madison Square Garden in New York City at 12 noon. The second game, Los Angeles Lakers will be at Dallas, play against the Mavericks. That game, the second game starts at 2:30. Third game will be the Milwaukee Bucks traveling to the Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. That game starts at 5 o'clock. Then you got the fourth game. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to go play against the defending world champion Golden State Warriors. That tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And the fifth game, the Phoenix Suns traveling to the Denver Nuggets. That game will be the late game, the last game at 10:30. All games are on either be on ABC or the ESPN app. Enjoy your Christmas with those 5 games. Speaking about basketball, San Antonio coach Greg Popovich is among 4 of the Hall of Fame nominees and former players to be inducted to Basketball Hall of Fame. Popovich is the NBA's all-time winningest basketball coach in history. Will be getting his roses and going to the Hall of Fame along with former players Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, Paul Gasol, and Dwayne Wade. Many of you know Dwayne Wade is married to the lovely Gabrielle Union. Yes, that's my imaginary ex-girlfriend. Yes, Gabrielle Union. So the full class of the 2023 will be announced in April 1st in Houston during the Final Four of the NCAA in Houston. The enshrinement will be on August 11th and the 13th of that weekend. Baseball, Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees have announced that Aaron Judge will be the 16th captain. 16th captain. They don't have too many captains, but he'll be the 16th captain in Major League Baseball for the New York Yankees. So congratulations to him. Football, sad news. Legendary football running back Franco Harris passed away early this week, a couple of days ago. He was known as part of that immaculate reception that happened in 1972 when the game was in hand by the Raiders. With the ball, Terry Bradshaw threw the ball across the field, hit a helmet, and went backwards, landed to the hands of Franco Harris, who caught the ball in an unbelievable catch that he made. That was a turn event in the waning seconds. It was and Friday, today makes 50 years of that catch. 50 years of that miraculous reception that he made. And on Christmas Day, he will be, Christmas Eve, I should say, he will be, his number will be retired by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So sad that he wasn't able to see this day, but there was no cause of death, but he will be honored even in death. 3 games on Christmas Day. Green Bay, and in all 3 games, Christmas is going to be in warm weather. Wet weather. The Green Bay Packers will be going to Miami to face the Miami Dolphins against a 1 o'clock game. That's be on Fox. The Denver Broncos will be traveling to Los Angeles. At kickoff will be at 4:30. The game will be on CBS. And the last game at 8:20, Tampa Bay will be going to Arizona. Yes, Arizona to play against the Arizona Cardinals. So that's your schedule for these games. So we're going to have both football and basketball. In sports, birthdays. Like I said, today makes the immaculate reception catch. Steelers turn a 7-6 defeat in the last second TD to catch this. He caught the ball, like I said, beat the Raiders 13-7. 1994, baseball owners imposed salary cap, fiercely opposed by the players. Players did not want a salary cap. 1997, Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson is the quickest coach to reach 500 wins. He did it in 682 games. Birthdays, 1942, Jerry Koosman, former New York Mets major league pitcher, was born in Appleton, Minnesota. Yes. And in 1948, Jack Ham, NFL linebacker, the Steelers, was born in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and 1969, Rob Pelinka, who's a sports agent, presently the GM of the Lakers, was born in Chicago, Illinois. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a cold, blistering day today. But we're grateful.
And I know one thing, a lot of people who didn't, who decided not to do any traveling are going to be home Sunday watching the games. They're going to sit back and relax and watch the games and stay warm and grab all of the things that you need to stay warm, like hot cocoa, hot chocolate, hot soup, old granddad, or whatever it is that you...
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Whatever it is that you're doing. Again, but for the people who are traveling, I hope that you get back safe. I hope that, first of all, you got there safe. And then second of all, you get back safe. But I think that the snowstorm, I think it's supposed to peak sometime tomorrow night or something like that. But people like here in New York in the suburbs, I'm pretty sure they got hit pretty hard. Yeah, they say a lot of cancellations on the flights and a lot of delays.
Yeah,
delays. I'm just glad that I didn't make any plans.
I know. I mean, right now the best place for this part of the country is to stay home and stay warm. You know,
because there's no place like home but for the holiday.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Brian. I'm glad that that you came here. I hope you have a happy holiday, whatever you're going to do, and I hope that you said you're going to do your meat smoking outside still.
Smoking today. I got to cook for. I'm cooking for my second time around. Cooking for a homeless men's shelter. I'm making 100 sandwiches for a chuck roast. So we're going to go down there tomorrow morning or afternoon before kickoff.
Okay.
Kickoff, we're gonna go down there and give out 100 sandwiches to the men's homeless shelter.
Yeah. Listen, I couldn't keep my eyes open long enough to find out what the final score was last night with the Jets and the Jaguars.
Oh gosh.
I know when I closed my eyes, the Jets were still down to 3 points. He only had 3 points.
Oh, I'm going to have to call my cousin Damon to ask him what was the score. I mean, I know what the score is, but I want to hear it from him.
But hey, Warren is out there. Maybe he knows.
Oh, Warren, Warren probably got to him already.
Probably so, but like everybody has their own football team and they're just ragging on each other. We rag on the Giants and the Jets and the Cowboys and the Vikings and the whatever their football team is, but it's a lot of fun and it's going to be a lot of football this weekend.
Yeah. But I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa to everybody out there. Be safe. Pete, hello. I didn't say hi to you, but I wish you have a safe holiday and be safe. Love you all.
Okay. All right. We'll catch you back here next week.
Yes, sir.
Happy holiday. Take care of yourself. Okay. That was Brian with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. Happy holiday, everyone. Happy holiday. And all the best. And hopefully this upcoming new year will be even a better year for everyone that take it all in stride, take it day by day. Live for the moment. Live for the moment because every day that you get is the day that you never know. You never know. So just live everything for the moment. Live for the moment because the next day may not be there for you, but live life to the fullest. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and I am Frank Allen, and I will be here till the top of the hour. I see a lot of people come in and want to say hi. All of you guys out there watching us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. I want to say hi to all of you guys who have chimed in, and some of you guys I haven't seen in a long time. The Jags won. The Jags won, Brian, if you're still watching. The Jags won 19-3. That's when I closed my eyes last night, that was the score. So I didn't really miss anything. So Warren just gave us that information. Jaguars won at 19-3. And I'm pretty sure Damon is not too very happy about that. But, and you know something, the Jets needed that win. They need some wins, you know. I don't know. Before you know it, the baseball season will be here. What, a couple of months? They'll be back in Florida for spring training to loosen up to get ready for that season. I know it's pushing it kind of far, you know, because it's just winter just happened a couple of days ago, and we're into the cold season right now. But I'm looking at the light of the end of the tunnel, and that usually happens when January 1st exit out and we go into a brand new year. We go to January 1st, which again is on a Sunday, and then after that, you know, I see light at the end of the tunnel. And the holiday, yeah, sometimes the holiday season can be very, very stressful, right? And you know, and it takes a toll on people, and sometimes even hits your pockets pretty hard, you know. Now, I don't know how many people actually went out and did a lot of shopping this year, but I do know this, that if you are sending gifts out by mail, don't expect to get that gift, or that person that's sending you that gift, don't expect it to get there on time. Because remember, we're into this blizzard thing going on, which of course the airlines, they have to depend on the airlines to get all of those parcels out, right? And with all of those delays that are happening right now, you know, so I mean, it'll come through the mail, but it's going to take a lot of time before it does. It takes a lot of time before it does. One other thing that I'm pretty sure you guys would like to know, and I just want to just throw it out there because a lot of people may not have stayed up late enough to hear about it, but I guess when you woke up this morning, you probably heard about it. The House Select Committee, am I reading the right script here? Okay, let's see. I guess this is it, yeah. Okay, the House Select Committee investigating the January 9th, 2021 insurrection has released its final report, a comprehensive overview of the bipartisan panel. And they finally did that. So it's all released. It finds out how President, 345/666 Beeston Conant and his allies sought to overturn the 2020 presidential election. The walls are closing in. Things are coming out, and people are looking and they're wondering what's going to happen. I'm not going to reflect on a lot of negative things right now. I had these things scheduled to talk about, but I think right now, I think I'm going to just bypass, you know, a lot of that negative stuff because we are into a Christmas holiday right now, and we want to think everything that's positive. So all I want to do right now is talk to my friends out there who are with me, and wish you guys all a happy holiday. And what are you doing? What are you guys doing for the holiday? Me, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay home. I did it for Thanksgiving. I stayed home Thanksgiving too, because that was another time where flights were canceled, and I wasn't really in the mood to take any flights anywhere. You know, there's a lot of places that I haven't been in a long time. You know, now when the pandemic hit us, it kind of like crippled a lot of things and beat out a lot of plans that people had. I remember I was due to go to Italy and France and a couple of places, Bahamas. I was scheduled to go to these places, and the pandemic hit. Remember, almost 3 years ago. Remember when the pandemic hit? And it was crazy because back then we came a long way since then. Because remember when all of the streets, you looked out the windows, right? You looked out your windows, all of the streets were cleared. No one was out there. And they urged everyone to stay home, stay out of the elements, don't go anywhere unless you definitely have to go out there. The only time you should really go out there is for grocery shopping or to a doctor's appointment or something like that. Remember that? And people were out there. And here in New York City, if you went to Times Square, it was like a ghost town. If you went out to Las Vegas, it was like the strip was really the strip. There was nothing there on the strip. It was just totally empty. but we came a long way. And that just let me remind you that if you haven't taken your shots yet, please get around to doing that. Stay safe, because now we're dealing with three other elements. We're dealing with the flu and COVID at the same time. And so many things are happening. So if you haven't taken your shots yet, please do take whatever shots available, flu shots, the COVID shot. If you're not up to date with that, please get that. I checked yesterday to find out if there was really an update, because I heard a lot of people on TV talking about it. Get shots, get your shots. But I am up to date on mine, and I urge you to get up to date on yours too. Okay, we're going to go over. We linked from Charlotte, North Carolina. See how technology gets you there. It gets you places, right? Technology will get you there right away. I can go from Charlotte, North Carolina to Portland, Maine, and that's where I'm going right now with DJ Pete. He's right out there, and he's got all kinds of information for you, all kinds of things that are happening in the entertainment field, and there he is right there. Look at him holding that ball with that Christmas. Look at it. He's right there. Pete, are you there?
Testing, 1, 2. Here we go.
There you go.
Hey, Frank. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish family and friends, and whatever you celebrate. Happy whatever. No camera today, but I'm going to have to ask Santa Claus for a new camera, because this is just ridiculous. I'm on my third camera, and it keeps dying on my computer. So sorry about that, folks.
But that's a good picture you got there, though.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Mark, took that photo about 10 years ago. And yes, the ball is floating there.
I would imagine he took a video of that and he just made a still. No, just like that?
No, because, well, Mark and I actually set up this photo together, because I'm also a photographer. I said, do this. And he said, okay, how about this? And we sort of work things out, and I said, okay, when I say so, take the shot. And when I tossed the ball, he got the shot right like you see it there.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing. So I'm glad that everything is okay. Weather-wise, are you okay?
Yeah, it's well. I mean, there's a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain and wind here. There's already some power outages here and there, trees and power lines coming down. So if you're out on the roads during this snow and rainstorm, just watch out for that stuff here. Okay, I got a few names here for this week, and on birthdays, Frank Vincent Zappa, December 21st, 1940. His career spanned about over 30 years. He composed a lot of music, rock, pop, jazz, orchestral, all sorts of stuff. Frank Zappa. Who else do we have? Professor Longhair. That was his stage name, but his real name was Henry Roland Bird. December 19th, 1918. American singer, pianist, performed a lot of New Orleans blues and a lot of great blues music from him. Born in Louisiana, Bogalusa, if I'm pronouncing that right. That's a mouthful. Yeah, Professor Longhair, great blues artist. Who else? Well, someone who was, this next person was influenced a lot by blues back in his early day. Keith Richards of the band The Rolling Stones, still around today, born December 18th, 1943. An English musician and songwriter with the Rolling Stones, and I'm sure he played with some other groups too here and there during his day.
That's one man that's probably outlived all of us.
Yeah. he's
I am so
around.
amazed. I'm really amazed.
Yeah, I am too. He's still around. I don't know if he's still playing music right now or not, but yeah, a lot. Great. Him and some of the other members of the Rolling Stones, pretty great background before they became the Rolling Stones, and some of the side projects they did. like Bill Wyman and Charlie Watts were big into blues also. And I know they've done some side projects too for that. And speaking of blues, I got another blues artist born this week, Eddie Vinson, also known as Eddie Cleanhead Vinson. December 18th, 1917, American jump blues, jazz, bebop, R&B, alto saxophonist, and blues shouter. He was nicknamed Cleanhead after an incident in which his hair was accidentally destroyed, by lye, Lye,
Yeah,
contained in a hair straightening product,
right.
causing him to shave it off.
Because that's how they did it back in the day. They call it the process.
Oh yeah. I know a lot of
And yeah, I
people.
remember. I saw pictures of him with the process, and
Yeah.
that's how a lot of the entertainers lost their hair due to that.
Yeah, and especially a lot of black entertainers who
Exactly,
took the kinks. I mean, the hair is naturally kinky, but it's like they wanted to straighten it out because
Straighten
that
it
was like
out.
the hairstyle of the
Yeah.
time in the 50s, you know.
I mean, look what it did for me.
I'm not too far behind you, Frank. It's kind of funny because when I was a kid, speaking about hairdo, when I was a kid, I wore a hat all the time.
Yeah.
All the adults would say, "You're going to lose your hair," and I'm just starting to lose it now. So, who else do we have this week? James Fletcher Hamilton Henderson. Fletcher Henderson, we called him, American pianist, band leader, arranger, composer, very important in development of big band jazz and swing music. He influenced a lot of people like Duke Ellington and many more people. Born this week, December 18th, 1897. That was a long time ago.
Wow.
And who else do I have? Oh, you were talking about Charlie Gracie earlier.
Yeah.
I met him in 2002 at a rock and roll festival in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Great guy. They brought him in to play for a little bit there at that show.
I love this music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good sound there.
Yeah.
By Eddie. Let's see what's going on. So I got, most of you know I'm a disc jockey. I do a radio show every other Tuesday night on WMPG radio. I got one next week, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's see. I'm also on radio airwaves most Mondays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I got a special radio airwaves show this Saturday and Sunday for playing some Christmas music. And if you follow me on Twitter, Pete DJ PJ, you can find the schedule there. Let's see. And that's what I got this week, Frank.
Okay. All right. Listen, you have a happy holiday, and have a safe one. You're not going to go anywhere, of course, right? You're going to stay home.
No, I am staying home. I'm not going anywhere. Most of my family is spread out, and it's kind of it's somewhat difficult sometimes to get the time to go travel and visit them, or vice versa. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's we're staying home. Where we usually do the phone call, say how you doing, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, Pete, listen, I'm glad so far so good over there, and you still have your power for now. I hope stay that way. And
even if I lost power, I have backups on my computer.
Oh, okay.
So I can still stream.
Oh, okay.
But that's as long as the internet lines are still intact.
Yeah.
There, so.
Yeah. Well, listen, hopefully I'll catch you back here next week.
Definitely.
And, we'll do it all over again.
Definitely. And hope you, Brian, everybody else out there is having a good day and good weekend, and Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week.
All right. Take care, my friend. All right. Have a good one. Okay. That was DJ Pete, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, he's here. He just wrapped up his part of the 2020 feature, 20 to the hour always. giving you all of the information on entertainment and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. And of course, speaking of birthdays, here's people who are celebrating birthdays today. And this is one that a lot of you guys know. Actress Susan Lucci. She was the famed Erica Kane on All My Children back then, way back when. She's celebrating her 76th birthday today. Now, let's see. The following people, I only have 3. So the following people are no longer with us. Esther Phillips, when she first started in the business, she was known as Little Esther Phillips. She would have been 87 years old today. Pete, if you're listening right now, Esther Phillips, along with Eddie Cleanhead Vincent, were in the stable of Johnny Otis. Remember the Johnny Otis band? And those two were in that. Also, actor James Gregory, who's no longer with us, and he, if you don't know actor James Gregory, he played on My Favorite Martian and Barney Miller. James Gregory would have been 111 years old. So those are the birthdays I have. They're all there. And if anyone out there is celebrating a birthday, I would like to know that so we could all wish you a happy birthday. And whatever that you're celebrating birthdays, people are celebrating birthdays. I have a nephew that's celebrating a birthday tomorrow. And I know a friend of mine that I used to work in radio a long time ago is celebrating a birthday on Christmas Day. So we have holiday babies amongst us, holiday babies. Okay, again, thanks DJ Pete for all that information. And again, DJ Pete has just posted all of his show schedules down there. You'll see. Take a look at that and give him a listen. He does great music. I remember, he does a lot of the stuff that, some of the stuff maybe he even goes further back than I did when I played the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s when I had my show Music Beat, which I retired from. And I got to tell you, I still miss it. I still miss it. Everybody asks me, what are you, you're doing this now, don't you miss radio? I miss radio a lot. I really miss it a lot. And I've had people try to reel me back in, but I just refuse to do it because when your time is up, when you have a career, whatever your career is, doesn't necessarily have to be radio or TV, it could be any career. And even though you may love that career, if you're a doctor or a lawyer and you love it, but it's time to wrap it up, you say, hey, you know what? I want to spend time with the family, or I just want time for myself, or I just want to relax and not have to worry about waking up in the morning. I could wake up whenever I want. I could leave my house when I want. I can come home whenever I want. I could swing and party all night long whenever I want, whatever knocks you out, right? Retirement is a good thing. But I do miss radio. I really miss radio. But I had people try to reel me back in. But I really feel flattered by that when people give me a call and say, we like to have you back on, have your show back on the air. And some people, I had one guy call me, says, I'd like to have you on my radio station. But he didn't know that I had retired the show. He didn't know it at that particular point. And I had to turn him down. But you never say never. You never say never. As long as you have life in your body, you could still do whatever you do. And I believe that I still have the drive to do it if I really want to go back to do it. But I just prefer right now just to let it go, leave it to the younger people, move over to the side. Sometimes we have to learn how to move to the side, so other people can enjoy what you have enjoyed. I will give you advice if you want. I will give you advice if you want, because I like passing on whatever I've done. It doesn't hurt to pass it along to someone else. And you want to give them encouragement. Of course, things are not like they used to be. Radio and TV is not like it used to be. I remember I went back in the days of analog radio, where we actually used tapes and razor blades to cut. Pete, you know what I'm talking about. We used to edit with razor blades and grease pencils and splicing blocks. and bulky racers and all of those things. You know, we used to use all of those kind of equipments. We used to use carts to play commercials and turntables to play records. All those things are gone. All of those things are gone. And I love doing that because you actually had something to do. Today it's just press a button, everything is done for you. Where's the fun in that? But what are you going to say? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have those movies, those Turner Classic movies that you love so much that I keep telling you guys about. And each week I'd like to all lend my hand and just relaying all of that to you, because I know sometimes you want to do things on the weekend, and watching old movies, catching up on old movies may be one of the things that you like to do. And I always like to, you know, lend a hand and help you with that and select things that I think that you'd be satisfied and happy with to watch. And so let's get started right now. The classic movies. Last night, I did this on Talkback Live, and I know Brian Camp likes this movie. This is called Babes in Toyland, which is, by the way, actually March of the Wooden Soldiers. This goes back to 1934 with Laurel and Hardy, Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. And you can catch this without the commercials. You know, sometimes you watch these shows and they have the commercials, they're on your local stations. This one, no commercials. Turner Classic Movies, no commercials, straight through. Babes in Toyland, March of the Wooden Soldiers, whatever you want to call it. 1934, Laurel and Hardy, that'll be on Turner Classic Movies, and you can watch it this Sunday morning at 8:30 p.m. on Christmas Day. Maybe you want to head out to church or something and you won't get a chance to watch it, or maybe you're preoccupied on Christmas Day, having the family come over for dinner or whatever it is, and you don't get a chance to do it. DVR it and watch it at your own convenience later on. Okay, so that's Sunday at 8:30 a.m. And also I have The Apartment, 1960 with Jack Lemmon, Fred MacMurray, and Shirley MacLaine. And that's on Turner Classic Movie also on Sunday, but this comes on 12 noon. Okay, again, you can DVR this if you don't get a chance to watch it in real time, 12 noon Eastern, and that's on Turner Classic Movies. Now, there may be other movies that you may want to check out. All you have to do is go to Turner Classic Movies and scroll through the program guide, look at it very carefully, and you might see something that I didn't mention because these are only my picks. That doesn't mean that there are not other things out there that you may enjoy. You might see that and say, okay, I think I want to see that. I like that. I'm going to DVR it, or I'll watch it at that particular time or whatever. You could always do that. Also, if you like free movies, free, that's an important word. That's an important word, free, right? A lot of people like freebies. If you like free movies, you can go to Movie on Demand. You can watch all of the free movies. They have a lot of the movies that you may have remembered a long time ago, or movies that, you know, that jogs your memory, movies that date back to the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and so forth and so on. Movies you haven't seen in a long time, movies that you don't mind watching thousands of times. They're out there. It's a chock full of from A to Z. All you have to do is go to Movie on Demand, click on to the networks too. If you like some of those Lifetime pictures, see what they have available there. If you like up-to-date movies, go pay-per-view movies, and you'll see there are a lot of things that are out there that just came out of the theater, and you can watch it in your very own home. What do they cost? About $6-7, something like that for a movie, you know, as opposed to actually going to a movie paying 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 bucks, not counting the popcorn, the peanuts, and the Cracker Jacks, you know, and not counting your date, you know, so now you're paying through the nose, right? So this will give you an opportunity to watch some of those movies that you didn't get a chance to see in a long time, or new movies, right? So let me repeat these movies one more time. Now, coming on this weekend, this Sunday, you have Babes in Toyland, or, you know, March of the Wooden Soldiers, whatever it is. That's on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And you have The Apartment with Jack Lemmon, Fred MacMurray, and Shirley MacLaine. And you can see that comes on Sunday at 12 noon. So I hope you get a chance to watch these movies. I think you'll like them. Just give them a chance and see what you got going for that, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for me. I really enjoyed the show. I was glad to see so many of my friends I haven't seen in a long time. And hopefully I will see them, for the brand new year upcoming. I'd love to see you guys keep coming out. I love you guys, right? I will be back on Thursday night for Talk Back Live, Thursday night at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. That's Thursday night, Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, I hope you'll be there and we'll have conversation together. Other than that, I will be back here for more of the coffee hour, which will be our last coffee hour for the year as we drift into a brand new year. That's next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And of course, I hope that you'll be here, and Brian and DJ Pete will be here with sports and entertainment news, all of that happening, okay? Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, a great week. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad, season's greeting, Happy Holiday, and did I say Happy Kwanzaa? Can't forget that one. And happy to each and every one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.